You can win. Be loud, be proud, fight for liberty and freedom, and you can win. Many of you remember the story. The dreadful National School Boards Association thought it would be a great idea to send a letter to the Department of Justice demanding that parents who speak up at school board meetings, implying that they should be treated like domestic terrorists. So, yeah, that went over well as parents gave them the double-barrel middle finger and said, now we're going to show up even more because you're trying to intimidate us using the monopoly power of force the government has. You're trying to scare us, and we're not taking that lying down. So we spoke up, called our legislators, showed up in mass, and look what we did. Just a news article, Colton Salas. National School Boards Association apologizes for comparing parents to, quote, domestic terrorists. The initial letter called on the White House to deal with the growing number of threats of violence and acts of intimidation occurring across the nation. Acts of intimidation, speaking up for your kids at a school board. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the left, I hate to say this, but it is true. I hate to say it because it bothers me that it's true. The left over decades has gotten better at grassroots organizing than we are. They have. Now, there's a lot behind that. One of the reasons that is, or the left are inherently collectivists. They're socialists. Many of them are communists. They may not admit it, but they are. Meaning they think with this collective hive mind, like the Star Trek Borg. I use that example all the time. They think collectively. Well, when you think collectively, obviously it's easier to organize. That's not the ethos of the right. The right, we're individualists. We believe in our family, freedom, God. We have no problem with associations that are voluntary, but we're not collectivists. We don't think we're entitled to our neighbor's property. We don't think we're entitled to indoctrinate our neighbor's kids. But that leads to an organization problem. When you're easily indoctrinated on the left, you organize better. You just do. I wish it weren't the case, but it is. Now we're learning from the left's tricks and stunts. We can use Congress and legislators, pressure them to do things. Remember what I told you, the iron triangle? The left uses three things to advance the narrative: congressional committees, activist groups, and the media. We have the same thing. We have our own media, conservative media. You got this show. You got Shapiro. You got Fox. You got Breitbart. You got Conservative Review. You got the Blaze TV, Daily Caller, The Federalist. We have our own media too. We don't need their fake media. We've got the media. We've got activists too. You've got me. You've got other liberty fighters out there. You've got the Trump Organization. You've got other people out there too. And we also have our own members of Congress that some of them, not all of them, but some of them got off their asses and actually did something here against this National School Boards letter implying we should be associated with domestic terrorism. And look what happened. We won. The organizational skills there, take them and apply them to every other BS leftist narrative to fight back to. Get your media people together. Get your activists together. Get your members of Congress and your local legislators together and say, not today, not tomorrow. Next week doesn't look good either. This isn't happening on my watch.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Joe. It's important. You know, listen, it's easy to get down. I get it. We've had a bad couple of months here. I get it. I understand. But I'm not going to play into the macabre, everything's over, forget it, it's not worth the fight. Well, if it's over, then we might as well fight anyway. You might as well get your political licks in the end. If it's over anyway, there's no reason to stop fighting. None. Zero. I'm not giving up. I'm sorry. No matter how bad it gets. I'm not. Believe in the second creation. I'm not going to show up to the pearly gates when the Lord Almighty asks you what you did to fight for liberty and freedom he gave us. Oh, nothing. I sat it out. I'm not doing it. And I know you're not either.
You just heard the Dan Bongino Show.